Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome to day 16. Yay! It's day 16. We made it to day 16 of a sax challenge with Crystal SaxLady Brown. And today is Tone Tuesday. We're talking about tone today. And how do we get that tone? How do you get that um, the tone that you desire to have? For me, it's a soulful tone because I am the soulful saxstress. So to get that tone, you have to practice, but there are some things that you need to do. And the very first thing before you get started with anything is to make certain that your horn or your instrument is in tune, or you've got the right tone, the right key. Or as a song that we played in high school jazz band, it was called Straight Ahead and Strive for Tone. Now, when I listen to that song, I don't remember it. I don't know what happened. I just remember the title. It is fire. It's a fiery song, but I just don't remember playing. But you got to tune up because you don't want to sound like any old thing. And especially if you're collabing with other people, they're not going to understand what you're playing if you're so far out of key. So that's the first thing, to strive for tone, to tone up your instrument. Another thing is that I'm talking about tonight is scales. Just practicing on your scales to keep your tone um, in a good format. Um, not using that vibrato like I do a lot with gospel songs. You don't need all that. You don't. Just just get that pure tone. So like the first tone, the first scale, we're going to talk about just a few scales. The first scale I learned was the major scale, and I'm in G, the key of G, and that's just. So that's the major scale. And let me move that just a little bit. And then the next scale, that's a good scale to work on, is the major 7. And that goes. And then there's the minor 7. Notice I'm smiling with my embouchure. You want to keep a smile. Don't but smile. That also affects your tone. And diminished 7th is a good one to practice, and that goes like this. I'm sorry, that wasn't diminished. That was the dominant 7. That goes. And a diminished chord. These are chords that I'm doing. And that one goes. And the last one I'm going to end with is the augmented chord, okay? And that's like. And you can go up further and up the scale and down. Just warming your horn up, and also getting that tone. The more you play, the more you practice, the better you sound. Now, these that I shared, scales and arpeggios, that these were just a few of the minute, like a microcosm amount of scales to work on, because they are over 24,000 theoretical scales if you calculate. And I am not going to do that because I am not a music major. I'm a music lover, and I love playing my instrument. But that's a lot of scales. They're just whatever your interpretation, that has a lot to do with it also. So and the thing about when you're practicing, note to self, I'm talking to my one self first, is that Psalms 33 even says, Play skillfully before the Lord. Um, uh, don't just throw up any old kind of thing, or as Lanny says, don't settle. Don't settle. You know, don't just, oh, this will do. Or you got to read that, it looks good. It's kind of hard to play, but I can force it and make a sound. If that makes sense, don't do that. Don't settle. Play skillfully before the Lord, because God gave you that gift. God gave me that gift. Whatever your skill set is, whether it's an instrument, whether it's your voice, whatever God has blessed you to do it skillfully. And skillfully means study. It's good to study by yourself, but it's also good to have a mentor to study with, someone that can bring out things that you didn't realize. For me, I must say that I've learned so much more with my sax coach than I even recall in high school. Um, and because there are a lot of things that you skip, you're not paying attention to, or you think makes sense, and then to have someone say, no, do it like this, look at this, challenge yourself, like I challenged myself on Donna Lee today. That was a hot mess, but we're getting it. It was a hot mess express, but I'm going to play that for you. By the time we are finished with this 30-day challenge, I'm going to play Donna Lee. Bet. All right, so just as I said, remember to play skillfully and give God your best of whatever it is, whatever your calling, whatever your passion, whatever it is, give God your best. So thank you for tuning in, and remember that I am available for bookings, for weddings, for serenades, for parties, for huge galas, for conferences. I travel overseas. I've been overseas a couple of times at different conferences on tour, and the list goes on and on. So if you want to contact with me, uh, direct messenger me or go to my website, which is saxlady.net, not .com, but saxlady.net, and we'll go from there. And just realize that while you're contacting me, my calendar is filling up, so space is of the utmost. So I will talk to you later, and congratulations, we made it to day 16, Tone Tuesday. I hope you're working on your tone, whether that's the tone of your instrument, the tone of your heart, the tone of whatever you have. Work on it. Make it better. Better, what is it? Better, best, better, good, better, best. Never let it rest until good becomes better and better becomes best. See you tomorrow. Bye.